to take a shot when you're ready. Hey Calvin, tell them what we're doing.
Hoping to find a cow elk.
Yeah, because that's our hunt, or your hunt, not my hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calvin's the boss today. He gets to choose where we go and what we do. Even though this is only our second year hunting, we've already gotten the idea that in order to succeed, we've really got to put in a lot of time and effort. And it's actually one of the things that I love about hunting. I love to see how my kids have risen to that challenge and worked hard for something that they really want. And this hunt is a perfect example of that. This was the first spot that Calvin picked. Over the summer, we'd put a trail cam here and seen some elk, and there were some great spots to glass from. Just see what's on the other side. So this being our first day out, we were just looking for tracks, looking for any sign, and also hiking to a good vantage point where we could glass. Good sign. They've been here within the last week or so. We didn't start hunting until the snow fell. We waited a week or so until that happened. We figured that it would push the elk out of the higher ground. Well, we stopped and we glassed for a little bit, didn't see anything. So, Calvin's pretty cold right now. We're heading back as fast as we can. I'm guessing we're 1.5 miles from the car. Even though we didn't see anything here, I wouldn't totally cross this place off our list. We went back to the same spot. We found a different place to glass from where we could pretty much see the entire mountainside. Came up before, do a little scouting. We might just look over this hill. There's Calvin. Saw a whole bunch of deer, but no elk. Okay, here we go. It snowed last night, and it's really cold today. So we figured we'd come back up and try to see if it pushed some of the elk out of the higher ground. And man, it's cold. And see if we see any tracks. And we might do some glassing on the other side of that hill up there. And we'll let you know. We keep seeing deer. No elk yet. But we've seen a moose too, actually. But we're still looking for the elk. What's their summary?
We've seen tons of deer, but no elk.
No elk. Yep.
I think we've seen too many deer.
Too many? No, you can't have too many deer.
There's probably like an overpopulation of deer.
Overpopulation of deer. Before we headed home, we stopped by 2 more spots. We just kind of poked our heads over these hills, looked for droppings, looked for any sign, looked for tracks. Again, we saw tons of deer. We saw this super cool, really deep forky. It was really cool to watch him chasing these does. But again, we didn't see any sign of any elk whatsoever. Biggest forky I've ever seen. We're doing a backcountry hunt today. We decided we're going to go where they are. We're going to camp the night. So this hunt was a serious increase in our commitment. By this time, we were starting to get a little frustrated because we've been out 4 times in 3 different spots and hadn't seen any sign of elk. And we knew that there had been elk in each of those spots because we'd seen them before. So we figured that they were probably still on higher ground. So before this hunt, we spent some time e-scouting. We planned to spend the night and the next day at a promising spot that we found. We weren't even really expecting to see elk. We just wanted to find some fresh signs. We're taking sleds up. We're thinking if we get some meat, it'll be easier to carry it if we can put it on a sled. I don't know if that's a good idea, but at least if we don't get one, we can sled down. We're starting to see some tracks that look kind of like they could be elk. And then Calvin and I swore we heard a chirp that could have been an elk, so I've been calling to them just to make sure that they don't think that we're people, predators. Hey, Calvin, a nice spot. Something on that hill over there. It might be elk, so it's way over on the other side. So we're gonna take a break and see what we can see. They're not elk. They are mule deer.
Where are they? Where are they? Oh, they're moving.
They're moving.
Did I look at them?
Yeah. Yeah, they're muleys. So I gave Calvin a turn on the scope to look at the mule deer, and luckily he bumped it to a different location because right at that different location, he spotted some elk. And this doesn't show at all our excitement. This is after that moment, but we were really excited. All right, Calvin just spotted some elk, or one elk. I don't know if you can see it.
More because she's right at the top of it.
Yeah.
So there might be more below.
There's two.
There are two elk?
Yeah. Yeah, three. There's three. We should get down there. We should get down there.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. So we know where the elk are.
And there's three. Okay. What's the plan for tomorrow, buddy?
We're gonna try. I mean, we might camp down by the car, but we're gonna maybe camp up on this ridge way up here.
Yeah.
And
Where we saw the
some
elk.
cow elk on the other side of it.
Yeah.
So let's go home.
Okay. Yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna head back down. We hiked up here about a mile. Okay. Yeah, we don't really need to be quiet. So Calvin and I are gonna hustle down back to the car. It's getting dark. There's no way we can get to those elk in time, but maybe we can set up camp kind of close. I don't know, somewhere where we can wake up really early before dawn and hopefully before any other hunters get here, because unfortunately the deer are not too far from this dirt road that has tracks all up and down it, and almost guaranteed we'll have hunters in the morning. You can see the moon shining off from Calvin's sled. It's kind of cool. Oh, it's cold. We decided to camp right by the car. Calvin's trying to capture some warm air in the bag. So, as we were freezing ourselves trying to get the tent going, we realized that my brother's house was only about 20 minutes away, and so we decided to abandon the camping. And my brother had graciously offered many times to let us stay there, and so we took him up on that. And like I said, it was only about 20 minutes away, so it really wouldn't have saved us much time to camp near the car. Calvin was just saying that. What were you just saying?
If we see any elk, it'll be in the first hour of the morning, or
We're likely to see him in the very beginning. Yeah.
The day, pretty much.
Well, nice thing is we knew exactly where they were. They left tracks, like you said. There were a lot of tracks, so they might have been crisscrossing there a lot. But that's interesting. There were probably no hunters up there because I think they've been up there a while. We're gonna get out of here by 5:15. It's 6 a.m. and we're starting our hike. We're getting kind of excited, huh, buddy? Here we go. Okay. I don't know how much you can see, but the sun's not up yet still. Calvin and I are almost near the hill. I'm guessing we're about 75 yards from the hill. The wind is right in our faces. It's perfect. We're not too cold right now. It'll get cold once this wind is brutal. Yeah, let's set up right here. That's where we saw him last night. Right over there. Or somewhere over there. It's time. Give you range. Okay, I'm gonna. Too far right. You gotta go to the left.
There's a buck over there.
A buck. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go farther to the left. Left. Right there. Just bumped it. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and take a shot whenever you're ready. Is it the one where there's two right next to each other? Okay. Are you gonna take the one on the left? Okay. Go ahead and take a shot when you're ready. Reload. So if you look closely at that video, you can see that Calvin clearly hit that elk, but we didn't know that. So for the next half an hour or so, we were trying to figure out what happened. And if you listen to our discussion, it actually makes me super proud of how Calvin handled the situation. I don't know what happened. This was the exact wrong time for me to bump the scope again because we lost track of the elk that Calvin had shot at.
Oh, I didn't hit him.
Where is she?
She's moving weird. Look at that. Her head's up. She's moving up the hill.
Huh?
She's moving up the hill. See?
No.
She's not moving anymore.
Which one is it?
It's the one that's on the left. It's sitting right there.
So Calvin was right, but listen to how I tried to convince him that he was wrong. He handled it like someone who was a lot older than 13. I don't think he hit one. Until we know.
I don't even know which one it is. That's a problem.
Okay, well, come on, man, look at this girl. I think you should go for this one.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I've hit anyone yet. So I'm not going to shoot at all until I know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you haven't shot one yet. That one came dead. Just perfect.
I don't know where they are. I don't know which one's which.
The one that's furthest down. That's the one he aimed at.
No, that's not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know. I'm not going to shoot.
Okay. I think we got done. About 10 minutes later, Calvin noticed that she bedded down. That's weird.
That's weird.
She might be dead.
Dude, look at her. Just look at her. Just fine scope.
Okay.
Why the heck did she put her head down?
Yeah, you hit her. Yeah, you hit her. Okay, well, looks like Calvin might have actually hit her.
Yeah, she's
Looks like
right behind her shoulder.
Looks like she
pull.
might be bedded down. I think you hit her.
Yeah, I think she's pretty much dead.
What do you think about that, buddy? Wow, this is so cool. Calvin thinks that we just wait because it was such a great shot. It's probably a double lung shot. I'm surprised that she's still alive. And you're thinking that maybe if she stands up,
Yeah.
we shoot her again.
Yeah, if she stands up, I'm gonna shoot her.
Yeah.
But if he sits there the whole time, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, your instincts are good. I was like, there's no way you hit her. I've never been right. The cow eventually did try to stagger to her feet, so Calvin took another shot. Unfortunately, my iPhone had died by this point, so I didn't get any video of it. Well, we finally feel like celebrating.
Because my first shot was to hit her in the back leg.
Yeah.
But my second shot hit her in like the heart.
It was like, she just toppled.
It took 2 seconds after, and she just toppled. Yeah,
She
so
just toppled.
I mean, we won't be able to eat the heart probably, but
That's too
I'm
bad.
okay with it.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing.
Yep. Is that where you were aiming?
I mean, I just aimed like in between the shoulder bone.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm shivering like crazy. Let's pack up and go take care of her. This was not only our first elk, it was our first big game animal on public land. Hunting big game on public land has been one of the coolest but most intense and most difficult things that I've ever done. The highs were pretty high, but sometimes it drove us to the bottom where we wanted to give up or take shortcuts or cause us to make poor decisions. But that's been part of the journey, and it's been pretty cool to see my son deal with all of that. Calvin is such a cool dude. How many 13-year-old kids would go through all that pain to do that? What is he?